I have heard that a million times, and I can hear it a million times more, and it will always be perfection. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Game Watch, the once a week series where we talk about video games, and nothing but video games, and sometimes video games. But joining me on this journey is a man who will eventually dig my grave. He definitely dug Sega's grave. We have casted the grave digger.
I literally could listen to that all day. It's just iconic.
It really is. So, first off the bat, we have a comment by Angelus. They say, Phoenix, assuming this message gets to you, it did, so congratulations. I implore you to look up Galarians, one of my favorite PS1 games. I will do that. I will look that up because that is intriguing. I'm always down for a good recommendation.
Yeah,
So,
it's a good like Resident Evil kind of like horror game.
hmm. So we're here to talk about PlayStation, but before we do that, we need to kind of pay tribute. So I need everybody to one last time kneel before Zod, because we have lost. We have lost our we've lost a legend, Terrence Stamp, who played General Zod, Counselor Valorum, Chancellor Valorum in episode 1, by the way. So many great roles. He has so many great roles over the decades, but he's most well known for playing General Zod. He's passed away at the age of 87, which that's a pretty good age to die, I'm not gonna lie. 87, yeah, I can't hate it. But yeah, that's really sad, you know. So
Hmm.
apparently, the actress for Eve Tessmucker is the only person alive from the cast of that movie.
Oh yeah, she is, isn't she? Yeah.
It's so wild. Oh, and we just got a burst of comments here. So uh, we got Nathan Brown saying hi. Angela said he died because Superman took away his powers in the crystal room. Yeah.
Mm.
And then Nathan Brown says he made it. Yes, you did, and that is awesome, sir. Thank you. And Huda Raven says hi. And Nathaniel Brown says, hi, Nick. Hi, Caster. Hi, Nathaniel Brown. How are you doing? Um, oh, wait. Margot Robbie passed away a couple of years ago. Sadly. Margot Kidder, I think, is what. Yeah. I got what you're saying, Angelus. And we got a Reaper King. Reaper King in the house. Black Reaper Kai. So, yeah. PlayStation 1. How about it?
My favorite console of all time.
Mine as well. So yeah, we did do this episode pretty early on in our run. This was episode 9, but uh, we didn't have as many people watching us then, and I feel like we have a lot more people watching us now, and I'm a lot more comfortable with the format. So I just wanted to do it again. So hopefully this is a definitive coverage of the PlayStation 1. Oh, we got Jason Ingram. This is Sparta. Yes.
Yeah.
All the homies are here.
So basically, he's double dipping everybody. So
That's fine. He can dip as many times as he wants. Jason Ingram is awesome.
I'll talk about you.
Wait, what?
Double dipping because we've done the PlayStation before.
Oh, God. All right. Well, double dipping would be doing PlayStation 2. So,
Oh,
our if I have 2 PlayStation 1s, does that give me a PlayStation 2?
I've had people say that before, where like they showed like they duct taped a PlayStation 2 and a PlayStation 3 together. It was like, look, I got the new PlayStation 5, everybody.
Oh gosh. So that means if I duct tape 2 PlayStation 4s, I'll have a PlayStation 8.
Exactly.
Or I could duct tape a PS1 to a PS5 and have a PS6.
Hmm.
All right, so Nathan Brown is talking about some of his favorite games there, and then Jason Ingram's flexing with Shido, and then Shido Warriors, and then Super Nintendo would still take my top spot. Well, the thing about the PlayStation is it was originally meant to be a souped up Super Nintendo. Like it was meant to be an attachment for the Super Nintendo. And if you look at the PlayStation controller, it's essentially just a Super Nintendo controller with handles.
Yeah.
So Hood Raven says, I was on Twitch earlier and I got timed out for an hour. Apparently saying the line, it's quiet, too quiet, is considered rude. But basically there was little no chat, so I'm kind of happy you're alive. I'm always happy to have you in chat, Hood Raven. Angela, don't tempt me. I will duct tape a PS4 to a PS5 and get a PS9. If you do that, sir, I will post that. I will share that picture.
Remember when they got scared because what was it? Was it Iraq? Like Saddam Hussein was buying a bunch of PlayStation 2s because apparently there was a thing where like apparently they were just as powerful as a Lynx computer or Linux. So like they had this thing where like they were like there was a thing where it was like apparently they had some kind of modular technology where you could like hook them all up together and make like a supercomputer. There was like a scare or something.
Well, actually, this is not supposed to be a PS2 episode, but we need to do a PS2 episode. I can already feel it. Do I dare say next week is a like? Should we just do all the PlayStations in sequence? You know what? Screw it. We're doing it. We're doing it, guys. So this is going to be a series now. Next week we're doing PS2, PS3, PS4, PS5. We're doing it. I'm sorry. But you do know that the PS2 did have a Linux kit, right?
I know it did, but that's what I'm saying. Like, because we're talking about combining different PlayStations together to get something. But that reminded me of that, where it was like it was in the story. People were scared that like these dictators were going to buy like a ton of them and make like a some kind of like dollar store supercomputer.
I actually did. I remember hearing that rumor too. If we duct tape 3 PS5s, does that make a PS5 cubed? Kind of, but you will get a PS15.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so chat seems to like this idea. So yeah, we're doing it. We're gonna do a series. Oh gosh, now we're gonna do that for like every console for like NES through Switch 2. Like that's gonna be a whole series. Now we'll have to do it at points. As a kid who had a choice between a CD player, game player for the Xbox 360, and then you had a DVD player, game player for the PlayStation 2. And if you got a PS3, you got a Blu-ray player.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember the PS3 was used. They linked a bunch of PS3s for a supercomputer. I remember that. But I'm trying to talk about the PS1 guys. I'm trying to talk about the PS1 here. So yeah, let's see. Let's kind of go back to some of Nathaniel Brown's favorite games are Twisted Metal 2, Mortal Kombat Trilogy, Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3, and Soul Calibur. I think you mean Soul Blade, because I think Soul Blade was the one on PS1. Soul Calibur was for Dreamcast.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. But yeah, but yeah, we know what you're talking about. Twisted Metal 2 is like one of my favorite PlayStation 1 games. Mortal Kombat Trilogy, yeah, that's awesome. And of course Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider was the very first PlayStation game I bought.
Okay, so fun fact: Tomb Raider 2 was actually the first PlayStation 1 game we bought. I'm trying to think here. I think we had it on demo disc because, like, I think what happened is I got it for Christmas, like 97, 98, and we rented Tomb Raider 2 because, like, I think we stayed for like a few days after Christmas, and so like we had that. That was interesting.
Nice.
So yeah, Parasite Eve, another really great game. Who was the PlayStation 1's rival? It was two consoles. It was the Nintendo 64 and the Sega Saturn.
Yeah, that was definitely its rivals at the time. And kind of sort of the Dreamcast because it came out in '99.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. Um, I have the startup burn. Yeah, you and me both, Nathaniel Brown. Oh my god. Um, so some of my favorite PS1 games are. I love the Crash series. Crash Team Racing is one of my favorite games of all time. Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Tomb Raider, Gran Turismo 2. Honestly, it's all the RPGs. Parasite Eve. I'm trying to avoid the the Mako reactor shaped elephant in the room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like we can talk about that for that could be the whole entire series if we want to. But yeah, like I feel like PlayStation PS2 era is when gaming went fully mainstream in my opinion. But the PlayStation is when it started to get taken seriously, I feel.
Hmm.
Because like before that, it was like, oh, Super Nintendo Genesis. Oh, well, those are for the kids, maybe the teenagers. But like a grown ass adult, playing games wasn't really acceptable until I'd say the PS1 era.
Yeah. Well, that's when because most everyone was growing up at that time, and the PS1 for me was just it was what I liked about the PS1 was that it just had this kind of grittiness to it. Um, it was not like the kiddie console, and it was not marketed like that at all. It was marketed as a man's console, an
It's
adult
a
console.
man's console.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it did have kiddie games on it and stuff you could get, of course, but it was marketed. It was like again, you had like the PlayStation Underground magazine, and you had the PlayStation Underground disc, and it's supposed to be like this thing that like was not it's supposed to be like a private club that only you and your friends knew about it. But it was really awesome. And the amount of
I mean,
games they had was ridiculous.
like imagine. I think Nightmare Creatures did come out for this before, but like, imagine like a Super Nintendo era kid. You show them this.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Nightmare Creatures. Yeah, that came out for a bunch of systems.
But yeah, this is definitely one of those like top games of the era, I would say. Um, Nintendo equals pop. I would say Nintendo is kids bop. Nintendo was like definitely like the kids bop, like the Disney pop of the time. Sega, Sega was a grunge. I'm sorry, Sega was definitely grunge, and PS1 was okay. I'm gonna get flack for this. I'm just gonna say it. Sega was new metal.
Yeah,
Like if we're gonna equate consoles um to like to like musical genres of the 90s, Sega is most definitely grunge. Like they're definitely in that like 90s grunge kind of thing, and PS1 kind of feels like a new metal kind of console.
yeah. But yeah, it definitely had that vibe to it. And it was such a great console, and the amount of games on it. We could talk forever about all the games that are on there. I mean, um, it had all kinds of cool releases. A lot of releases we didn't even get here in America, but
Mm-hmm.
you had some really good games on there. Like, and they were making games all the way into like the PlayStation 2 era. Like, for instance, like Vagrant Story is came out in 2000. Chrono Cross came out in 2000. You
Yeah,
know,
like there's let's see here, 2000 PS1 PS1. So yeah, you had like Driver 2. Okay. Now I know this is like um, some notable games that came out in the year 2000: Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, Spyro: Year of the Dragon, Final Fantasy 9, Siphon Filter 2, WWF SmackDown 2. No, like it was still getting good games in 2000.
yeah, yeah, and usually the 5 year mark is like the end of a console. Usually consoles last around 5 years, and that 5 years was absolutely amazing. We and honestly, 1998 best year in gaming, hands down. Um, that's the year that we got games like Castlevania Symphony of the Night. We've got Mega Man Legends. We got Metal Gear Solid. Um, just all kinds of great games. Um, I don't know all of them, but yeah, we got a
I
ton of
mean,
great.
I mean, I mean,
And
not just in general,
and,
but
and
like
that, but not well, not just for PlayStation One, but just for you know, um, yeah, Ocarina of Time, Tekken
Tekken
3,
3, like
yeah,
literally some of the best games ever. Like we're talking like a lot of these are Mount Rushmore games. StarCraft, Panzer Dragoon Saga, Banjo-Kazooie, like like this is just like a who's who of some of the greatest games ever.
Xenogears, yeah, Xenogears. I see that
NFL
Turok,
Blitz, best NFL game ever.
yeah.
Unreal, NHL 99, Warland 2, F Zero X, Madden NFL 99.
Sonic Adventure for the Dreamcast. Yeah, we got Metal Gear Solid. There was also Pokemon Yellow came out in that time. So not just not and there was a ton of PC games that came out of that too, like Grim Fandango. So it was like
Well, the problem is like 97, I'd say 97 to 99 is like this crazy like basically 97, 98, 99. All three of those years you could just make an
yeah,
argument for like best year in gaming. So I'm just gonna lump them all together, like 97 to 99. It's just like this insane run of like amazing video games.
yeah.
Maybe you can maybe loop in 2000 there if you're feeling generous, but at least 97 to 99.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we also got in '98. We also got Resident Evil 2. We got Parasite Eve. In 2000, we got Wild Arms 2, which is successor to great successor to Wild Arms. 1997, Final Fantasy 7 came out. That was
Who Ravens calling you out?
any game that came out when Caster was about 30 was a good game. I'm not that fucking old. Uh, 30, my God, that was like Xbox 360. My God. But like, yeah, we had game
30 for me. That's like PS4 era.
yeah.
Like
So like, again, we had like Soul Reaver came out in '99. Um, the Final Fantasy anthology came out at that time. Tomb Raider 2 came out in '97. So yeah, it was just I think those 4 years, like it was crazy in those 4 years. Just uh, PlayStation One just well, gaming in general, but
yeah,
PlayStation One just went
I'm definitely
crazy.
feeling a topic forming here. So let's just try to settle this real quick. 97 to like what 2000 or 2001.
I'd say
Because like
two.
I want to. Okay, so there will be a stream at one point where we do 97 to 2000, the greatest era in gaming question mark, and we just talk about that era.
Yeah.
Oh, Angelus is doing my job for me. Do not forget to like the stream, everybody, and give us a sub if you haven't already.
So we got Resident Evil 1 around 98. That actually came out in Japan in 95. Um, it was actually one of the first ones. Now we may have gotten the director's cut in 98. I'm not sure. Let me see here. No, 97. We got the Resident Evil director's cut in 97. So yeah. But yeah, we got Resident Evil 2 in 1998. So and that's one of the yeah. I would say it goes to 2001. I mean, it depends. I mean, we'd have to
I
look that
mean,
up.
2001, you're starting to get into like PS2, Xbox stuff. You start talking about stuff because the problem is, 2001. It's like you got like Halo and the stuff that's going on the PC, and that's about it. You know,
Yeah,
because the PS2 because like the PS2 really didn't have anything until GTA 3 came out, and then the floodgates opened. I'm talking about iconic games. Um, whereas like Xbox had and then like you get the launch of the GameCube and some of those games. But like I don't know, I'd rather cut it off at 2000. Because 2000 you're still getting some good you're still getting some good PlayStation games. You got the Dreamcast games that are still coming out. And obviously the PC stuff.
Yeah, because if you start going 2001, that's when you start getting the PlayStation 2 games like GTA 3 came out in 2001 and Ico, and those are great. Those are great games, but
But
if
a
we're gonna
different era.
yeah if we're gonna talk about 2001, yeah. I mean, they were because like if you want to go that far, I mean, hell, they were making PlayStation 2 games well into the PlayStation 3 era. So I mean, it just depends. They're always going to be like some releases, way late into a console's life. But I would say 2000 would be the good cutoff because that's 2001 is where PlayStation 2 comes in, and we'd have to include that into the list of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then also the other problem is 2000. I think 2001 is when the Game Boy Advance came out. Like 2001 is really kind of like the turning point of another era. The PS2 Game Boy Advance stuff. Because like if we're talking, because like talking about games from 90s, like talking about stuff like Metal Gear Solid, and then we're also starting to get to the point where we're talking about Metal Gear Solid 2. It's just I don't know.
Yeah,
Because like to me, it's like the millennial, the Millennium era, which I think the Millennium era is like 97 till about 02, 03 ish. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Uh, but yeah, that's a whole nother thing. Fair point, Nick. Uh, or did it start? Yeah, that's a problem when we're doing these years. Is like people keep like, hey, we should do this or this that. It makes kind of narrowing a focus. So like I'd say 97 to 2000 is what we should do.
yeah.
So whoops, I was looking at my phone upside. All right, you correct that right now, Hood of Raven, right this instant. Because 97 to 2000, you also have games like Roller Coaster Tycoon. Um,
Yeah.
When did Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 come out? That came out in 2000. Wait, that's saying oh. Yeah, that was 2002, but Roller Coaster Tycoon 1, I think, was like 99 or 2000.
Yeah, but the sheer amount of just great games for that console is amazing, and it was a pretty powerful console for the time, and also again doubled as a CD player for a lot of people. That was awesome. You could listen to your music on your PlayStation, and certain games you could listen to the game track if you turn your PlayStation into CD mode or CD player mode. You can listen to game tracks on there too.
Oh, Symphony of Night is a famous one.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, um, if you, wait, sorry, oh crap, I was pulling something up real quick. So if you put the Castlevania Symphony of Night CD into a CD player, you get this.
As you can see, this is a PlayStation Black Disc. Cut number 1 contains computer data, so please don't play it. But you probably won't listen to me anyway, will you?
Oh, and another thing like that doesn't get talked about in the PS1 discourse is a lot of times for games, what they'd allow you to do is like let's say you've loaded up a level, you can pause the game, take out the disc, and put in any CD you want, and it'll play the actual CD while you're doing that, like a disc swap. Like you could be playing like a jet ski game, and Metallica's Ride the Lightning could be playing or something.
Oh yeah, yeah. I forgot you could do that, but yeah, that was awesome.
It's a very underrated feature. Like I always miss it when games let you play like your own music, because like Xbox kind of lets you did that because like it had the hard drive and you could actually rip your CD your songs onto your Xbox hard drive, and if you had music on your hard drive, some games would actually let you play it in the game.
Yeah,
Like a lot of the GTA games actually let you do that, even as recent as GTA 5. Like GTA 5 had self radio, where like you basically put a bunch of like music files into the folder, and it would play through self radio. So like I would go into my garage in GTA 5, and all of a sudden the Ruby soundtrack would start playing in GTA 5.
that's awesome.
It is. You mean I could be playing racing games and load the level and then play Ram Ranch? Yes. Yes, you could.
Yeah,
Jet Mundo. It's not every game, Jason Ingram. It was only like certain ones, I remember.
I like how on X someone just posted retweet if you can hear this, and it's a silent GIF of the PlayStation thing, and I'm like, man, what is up with that? It's kind of weird.
And then you wait, and then let's Helen GIF.
Yeah, they have a GIF.
Uh,
They have a GIF of the PlayStation opening, and I'm like, well, how weird is that? We're sitting there talking about that, and someone just posted that like 3 minutes ago on X.
that is actually kind of funny. I will admit. Oh gosh. So that would be what I think they're talking about, like the early to mid 2000s. Honestly, LimeWire era is not a bad name for that era. You know,
Yeah,
even though it's like in my memory, it was like yeah, obviously you had the Napster stuff, but it was like Napster. It was like you had BearShare, and then that got closed down. Then you had no, it was Kazaa, and then BearShare, and then LimeWire.
mm-hmm.
It was like a series of ones where like you'd use it for a little while, it would get taken down, and then you go move on to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Cass is like, I did none of this.
No, I did it. Believe me, I downloaded a fair share of my music.
Oh gosh, that actually would be a good topic to talk about, like the early days of piracy. But yeah, that's a whole different thing. But yeah, the thing about the PlayStation is the wide variety of games. Like there's literally a game for everybody. You know, like any type of gaming you want, there's probably at least one game that gets it. But
Yeah.
the thing that I want to talk about is the PS1 is weirdly a huge RPG machine.
Oh yeah.
Like just thinking about the PS1, you'd never think it would be like one of the greatest consoles for RPGs. But it really is, and it's largely down to one company, and in particular one game that we're finally going to talk about now. Xenogears. No.
Oh yeah.
No. Xenogears is a great game, but like that was just a troll. Final Fantasy VII. You know, like
Yeah.
no conversation about the PlayStation is really complete with us talking about that.
Oh, absolutely.
Like you can really, there really is a before FF7 and after FF7. Like the way the console was marketed, the way it was perceived. Like the PS1 was popular, but I feel like FF7, even if you didn't buy the game, it still took it to a whole nother stratosphere.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and as Jason Ringer says, it is a huge RPG machine. Like the amount that I actually own is crazy. Like I have like, Lunar Silver Star Story Complete, Parasite Eve, Vagrant Story, Wild Arms, Wild Arms 2, um, uh, Legend of Legaia, Final Fantasy Tactics, Final Fantasy Anthology, Final Fantasy Origins. I have Final Fantasy 9. Hell, I even have RPG Maker, which you can make your
Oh
own
yeah.
RPGs. So yeah, there is.
There's so many RPGs. They released a game to make your own RPGs.
Yeah, and that's just that right there. The ones that I have that I just mentioned is but a fraction of the RPGs that are
Yeah.
in there.
For example, you got stuff like Saga Frontier 1 and 2, Legend of Mana.
Legend of Mana, yep.
I mean, we could do a whole episode just talking about Square's RPGs in the system, but like that, Square wasn't the only company. Like Legend of Dragoon was basically Sony's attempt to do like a Square style RPG, and I think
Yeah.
it largely succeeded. It just didn't sell that well.
Yeah, you had working designs. You also had like
Star Ocean Second Story.
Star Ocean, yeah. You had Wild Arms, which was done by Media Vision Entertainment Company. I mean, just all kinds of great
Tales of games, because like you had a couple
Yep.
of Tales of games on the PlayStation. I think it was like Tales of Graces. No, that's the way I played football.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean it's crazy like how many they had, and then they even had some pretty good fighting games on the system too.
All right, well, if you got to head off, Jason Ingram, thanks for joining us. Hopefully, you can return.
Now, I do want to share this link here. This is a very obscure PlayStation 1 game that came out, and what's so funny about it is it's a fighting game where you basically every character is an anime protagonist, a stereotype of an anime protagonist, and the one here is the Tonkatsu character. And I love it because each fight they build it up like on the next episode, like they do it like an anime, like they preview the next fight like it's an anime preview. Yeah, here we go.
Oh
Objective
yeah,
understood.
that's definitely Tokusatsu character. He's like a space sheriff kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay, here comes his intro.
Special Inspector Danzibar was summoned to the strange world of Ikuseru to rescue his partner Yuri, who is stuck in the evil zone.
Yeah, he's definitely like a Metal Hero space sheriff.
Yeah.
Danzibar decides to battle with Ihadoka, who exists simultaneously in multiple dimensions. But someone wants to stop him. Who could it be?
They almost got the. Hold on, there it is. There it is. Yeah. That's the name of the episode.
Why are you here? You called me out for your own convenience, but didn't you come to stop me?
Love that voice
I'm
acting.
not going to give you any excuses. After all, I don't think it's right to make people of different...
I mean, Dragon Ball Z. If you want to talk about Dragon Ball Z in the PS1,
Oh yeah, there's a ton.
there's I know there's like an infamously bad one. Ultimate Battle 22. That was one that came out like 2000, 2001. If I remember correctly. Yeah, this was like before the explosion of DBZ games that got into the 2000s. People don't realize. It wasn't until like 2000, 2001 that we just started getting a bunch of DBZ games all at once. Before that, it was a bit of a drought.
Oh yeah.
Yes. What were some of your favorite PS1 fighting games? Because there's a bunch to talk about there.
Oh god, there's like Battle Arena, Toshinden, Tobal number 1. Then there was like I like it just because it had Final Fantasy characters in it, but Air Guys. But then you had like games like Gundam Battle Assault and Gundam Battle Assault 2, Evil Zone, which we just saw was a good fighting game. I also had because because Toonami was full swing at this point, and so was Adult Swim. We had I had Inuyasha, a Feudal Fairy Tale, which is a fighting game.
Okay.
I
Let's see here.
remember I remember like Dragon Ball GT was like the most expensive like import you could get. Even back in
Yeah,
the day, even back in the day, it was like ridiculously
you
overpriced.
talking about the anime itself or the video game?
The video game.
I remember Dragon Ball Ultimate Battle 22 was kind of like the good one. Like I don't know. Let's see here, but for me, obviously the Tekken games were really good. Um, one of the things I've enjoyed kind of going back to is definitely Bloody Roar. I think it's a really fun game series.
Oh yeah, Bloody Roar.
I think the Saturn did 2D fighting games better. Caster, are you okay, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, it's just I'd say something and you just like take a bit to respond. And one says okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Yeah.
But yeah, let's see here. And then the racing games are also really good. Like obviously PS1, you talk about like Gran Turismo, but like Ridge Racer,
Driver.
or some of your Driver, yeah, early GTA style game. Thing is, I had Driver for the Game Boy Color. That's what I had as a kid.
Oh wow, I can only imagine what that was like.
Not fun. One thing I definitely feel like the PlayStation 2 kind of lacked at was with first-person shooters were not the best on the PlayStation 1.
No, I played. I had Quake on the PlayStation 1, and this was before the DualShocks came out. And you had to, and well, I got the DualShock PlayStation, so I had it, but this game was made before the DualShock. It was compatible with it. So the way you played it was you used the D-pad to go back, forward, backward, left, and right, and you had to use a combination of the shoulder buttons to toggle like the crosshair.
Yeah, that's a problem, and the PSP ran into this kind of the same issue, but we're not talking about that right now.
Mm.
Where like they oftentimes they use like the face buttons for like your kind of the thing. It just never really worked for me. Yes, first-person shooters are definitely something that need either mouse and keyboard or a dual stick configuration. I just can't. I know Nintendo made Metroid Prime work with a single stick, but that's just a huge outlier.
Yeah, and that honestly, I it's like it's like Nintendo was like, wait a minute, we could use the C stick for another thumbstick, and it's like, duh, like the C stick was one of the most like useless things ever.
It is surprising how very few. It's literally a joystick, and how very few games actually used it as a second like control stick. It is very weird.
That's why you had games where like like Ocarina of Time, you had to use a certain button to get the camera reset because you would get all kind of discombobulated. Whereas like if you had a second stick, it'd be great.
Well, the N64 was weird because you literally can't press all the buttons at any one time.
Yeah.
Either you're holding it like this, and you can't use the D-pad or like that's why so few games use the L button, because like most games never even use the D-pad or the L button.
Mm-hmm.
But like the N64 controller was literally kind of made for first-person shooters because they literally had the Z stick was a trigger, and it like, oh god, playing that on GoldenEye, it felt so good to actually use it like a trigger. It was nice.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think of like the PlayStation controller? I'm gonna grab. I got my PS3 controller over here. It's not a PS1 controller, but that's the thing about PlayStation. They hardly change.
It's a great controller, and it pretty much is. It's the standard for all other controllers beyond it.
Yep. So here's a PlayStation 3 controller, and it's essentially like the same as a
It looks
regular
exactly like a DualShock controller for the PlayStation 1. It looks exactly like it.
Yeah, like I've kind of like just I feel like this controller it just works. I think Sony kind of knocked out of the park the first time they realized, why mess with something that ain't broken? Like even if you look at like the PS4, PS5 controllers, they're a little bit different, but they still kind of have the same basic design as this.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, to think this is like PS3 controller, and it is like almost indistinguishable from a PS1 controller. How crazy is that? Yeah, I agree, Nathan. Honestly, like the Super Nintendo controller is perfect for is a perfect 2D controller. As far as 3D controllers, it's either DualShock or I'm just gonna say it, the Xbox 360 controller.
Mm-hmm.
Like that design of the 360 controller is just it's hard to top. Even like the more recent ones where they just use the 360. That's the thing. Like I'd say the three most iconic and important controller designs are Super Nintendo, PlayStation, and 360. I think those are the most influential because a lot of controllers just use the 360 design. Because look at the Switch Pro controller, a great controller, but it's just a 360 controller.
Yeah,
and that is not an insult, by the way. That is not a criticism. Because if you're going to copy something, copy perfection.
Yeah, and meanwhile, GameCube enthusiasts can't move on.
I don't like the GameCube controller. It's comfortable. It is comfortable as heck. Like the shoulder buttons are a dream to press down.
But it's the end all be all controllers. How could you not like it?
It's not.
Every game console after the GameCube must have a GameCube controller because we must play Smash every single time.
It's not. Like I love the Switch Pro controller. That thing is a dream. It's like you're holding a cloud. This perfect little controller. And it's like even though I tend to prefer Xbox controllers now, I can still hold this, and it is fine. It is good. Like I gotta say, like I do like this is more of a PS3 only thing. Like the triggers, the back triggers of the PS3 are really nice. Except for like shooter games, they're really nice. Oh gosh, but yeah. N64 controllers are really weird because they are very uncomfortable. But like when you get a game that like locks in with the controller, like let's say Ocarina of Time or even Mario 64, like literally you can't play any other game. You can't play the game except with that controller.
Yeah, Nintendo 64 controller is probably one of the worst controllers ever made.
Yeah, it is. But when you have a game that's designed around the controller, you literally can't play the game without it. Like, I'm sorry, I can't play Mario 64 unless I have an N64 controller. Same thing with GoldenEye. GoldenEye, I can't play it without a Nintendo 64 controller. Hooded Raven, why are you making this uncomfortable? All right, Hooded Raven, you're getting it. You're getting it. I'm going to get it. All right.
He got it.
All right. Hooded Raven, for your crimes of horny, I sentence you. Horny jail.
Stream immediately ends. It's the wrong thing. Crap,
I punished too hard.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. I feel like he did that comment specifically to trigger the exact response he got.
Yep.
In that case, well played. And I did. I'm glad to thinker. But yeah, I guess since we're on the topic of other controllers, I don't like the Sega Saturn controller. It's like the worst. Like I never really liked the 6-button Genesis controller, and the Saturn controller is just all the worst parts of that. But worse. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I actually enjoy the 6-button controller on the Sega Genesis, but to me, one of the worst controllers ever designed is, I'm sorry, the Dreamcast. That's a
We're
terrible
about to have
controller. That's a terrible controller. It's got one stick. It's got one stick on it.
I have it in my hand.
I don't care. It's got one stick on it. You got the bulky, like they got the cord in the different spot. They got and you have to have there's like that little hook on there so you can hook the cable on there so it doesn't get in your way. I did like the fact that you could put you could put your memory card into the controller. That's pretty cool.
Ban. Wrong opinion.
Right opinion. It's a terrible. I mean, it's a terrible design.
Ban. I banned thee, Caster. I banned thee.
Well, how you could justify it?
Okay. Dreamcast is actually I found it to be actually one of the most comfortable controllers. The cord situation, I give you that. It is really stupid. I never liked the cord, but I actually found it to be a really comfortable controller. The stick on the Dreamcast is really nice. The triggers are really good. I find it to be a flawed but very usable controller. So like this charge of like worst controller ever, I deny it and I ban thee. I ban thee.
That's just cope. That's all that is.
It is not cope. It is
is
the words of a Dreamcast.
Yeah. It's the words of the nostalgia glasses you got on.
I didn't get a Dreamcast until 2013. You piece of crap.
But still, that's a long time away to still get it.
It's oh gosh. If I was
Search your
looking
heart.
to trigger
You
a
know it to be
response,
true.
the way I said, look in the memes on Discord. Oh no! What have you done, sir? What have you done? That's actually kind of cool. Caster, go check out Discord right now.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And everyone felt the yeah. See, the N64 comes from an era where like it's assumed the console will be right in front of your television, and then you're just basically a bunch of 10-year-olds sit in front of the television, and then your parents are on the couch behind you. You know.
Not gonna lie, that manga version looks pretty fucking dope. Like, I would read that manga. I love how I became Hooded Raven's muse.
Well, you got to be good for something, I guess.
I guess so. I'm definitely keeping these ones.
It's going into his personal collection, guys.
Yeah, it's going into my special folder.
All right. So, I will kind of take a moment to say, for those who don't know, I imagine most of you guys are aware of this by now. My car decided to take a dump on the freeway the other day, and it was a bit messy. Okay. I'm not doing that metaphor anymore. But yeah. So if you have not yet donated, which I think most of you have, please consider doing so, or at least sharing the link. I'll just say that. Yeah, that was shortly after I pulled over. But yeah, so Caster, what are some of your favorite parts of the PlayStation?
See, definitely the plug and the power button. Reset button is pretty awesome too. But now, no, I just I love that it's this little teeny console with a lot of power to it. I love like really the first time you had like a memory card system, which I thought was awesome. The fact that you could take it and swap it, and bring it over to your friend's house and bring your save games and stuff.
Hmm.
And then and of course the games, the amount of games is ridiculous. I mean, endless adventures, endless fun. Even if that was like the only console you were allowed to play, but you had access to the entire library, you would never be bored ever.
Yeah, yeah. Like you talk about the memory card thing. One of the things that I enjoyed is like some stuff where it's like like it's a Yu-Gi-Oh game or like a monster battling game. Uh, you could take your memory card, go to your friend's house. You could actually battle it out like your deck versus his kind of thing. I think Yu-Gi-Oh Forbidden Memories did that.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I think they did that too. Yeah. I think you could do that. That was pretty awesome.
yeah, some other games I want to talk about is um, definitely some of like the post Pokemon games. Like I think Monster Rancher is a really unique game that you can't really do anymore. Like when they did the remaster, they had to like query an online CD list or something.
Yeah,
So basically, the way that Monster Rancher worked is I went to a faraway land in the world where monsters. Oh, sorry, that's the anime. Which, by the way, the anime goes really hard. I love the.
it actually you know what? No, like for real, it actually really fucking does. Anime goes really hard.
So basically, you have like these monster discs, and they're supposed to be a represent. So basically, what you do is you take a CD. You could be like, let's say Mariah Carey's Christmas CD. You put it in there, and the game scans it, and you get a monster out of it. And some CDs would actually have special monsters. Like, for
Yeah,
example, that Mariah Carey CD I mentioned would give you like a gray wolf or like a snow wolf or something.
yeah.
And I know when the series came to PlayStation 2, they added DVDs. So, like, you could scan DVDs as well. I thought that was really cool. So I got the game facts for Monster Rancher pulled up. So um, let's see what CDs we get here. Let's see here. 21 Gun Salute gets you a Mang. Let's see here. Paula Abdul. Oh, ACDC Black and Black gets you Jello. Ball Breaker gives you Ash.
I had
Oh my
I had,
God! Blow Up Your Video gives you Woody. Oh, and Dirty Deeds gets you Seizo. Um,
I had Ball Breaker, so yeah, that's kind of cool.
so yeah, like I like how they like sometimes seem it, but like yeah, like how cool is it? Like you just discern slip.
Eh. And then when people find out what CD you got it from, they start ripping you. Like, oh man, you listen to Ace of Base?
No, and then you just say no, I just swiped it from my sister
Yeah,
because I got like Tori Amos on here. Oh, they got some Anthrax. That's cool. B-52s, Bare Naked Ladies, Beastie Boys. Like they cover the gamut. Like I remember during the PlayStation 2 days, some of the secret discs were actually like sometimes hard to get. Like it was like a demo disc, like a
oh yeah,
PlayStation demo disc. You had
oh
to get
yeah,
some of these.
oh yeah.
But if they weren't special discs, you just got like a randomized monster. That's what they did instead.
Yeah,
I thought that was really cool.
yeah. So you never know what you got unless it was one of those discs right there that they specifically had something for it.
Yeah.
And I kind of wonder if they actually maybe worked with the company or something about that, or they just did it.
Hmm.
Like they called the music company up and said, "Hey, we're gonna have these monsters in the disc or whatever."
I don't think so, because like I think the way it works is it identifies it based off of like the time, like the timing of like how long is each song and how long is the album in total, how many tracks are there, like certain things to identify the album. I
Yeah,
think that's how they did it. So I don't know. Um, I don't know. Maybe it's like because like Sony, they own Sony BMG, so like I could maybe see like like, oh, these are all Sony artists or whatever.
yeah. That could have been it too. Yeah, I could see Sony doing that. Be like, oh, we just have all Sony artists are the ones who get like the extra monsters.
Yeah, because if you think about it, it would incentivize someone to like I could see it incentivizing someone to purchase the album just to get the monster. It's like kind of like an amiibo kind of thing if you think about it.
Yeah, yeah. So they were doing like amiibos before everybody else was.
Do you remember Jade Cocoon?
The name is familiar. I don't think I've ever played it.
It's a Pokemon style game. I think they did a Jade Cocoon 2 for the PS1, PS2. Um, and then we can't talk about like Pokemon knockoffs, not talk about the Digimon games.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like there was a ton of Digimon games on there.
Well, there were just four, maybe five. The Digimon World 1, 2, and 3. You had Card Battler, and you had Digimon Rumble,
Okay,
which was just like a Smash Brothers clone.
I'm probably thinking of PlayStation 2 stuff then.
I don't. There was a couple Digimon games. I don't know if there's like that many. All right. So he says you're fine now.
Okay, you keep going through the tunnel. Well, that's just your internet sucking.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So I guess Caster's putting together some gunpla over there.
Yeah, pretty much.
So yeah, we're about an hour in, so we're going to transition to general video game topics. So if you guys have any general video game questions you want to ask us, so anything's on the table, let us know. But Caster, what you been playing?
Let's see here. Well, I've been playing different things throughout the week on my stream. We Monday we play RPGs, and we play right now we're playing Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D remake. Love it. Fell in love with it like instantly. Um, I love the gameplay.
I
Uh,
told you, bro. I told you,
I know it's gorgeous. I took some screenshots. I need to get those off the Switch and actually share them because it
bro.
was
Wait till you
amazing.
play Wait till you play Star Ocean Second Story R.
Yeah, and then
It is on the Switch, by the way. It is on the Switch.
Tuesday playing Master Duels / Duel Links. Wednesdays going to be playing the Master Chief Collection. Going through the campaign with a friend. And then Thursday is retro days. We played just whatever, whatever retro stuff. And then Friday is Legend of Zelda Fridays. We just beat the original Legend of Zelda. And now we're going to go on Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. So yeah, we're playing through the whole series.
Screw scanners. Real men play Pox.
Scanners. Oh wait, is that weird ass game? It was like a more like it was sold in the toy aisle more than anything, but they tried to market it as some kind of like game system.
Well.
I think it had an X.
This is what real men play. Real men play Pox.
I have no idea what the hell that is.
It's basically like another scanner type of game.
But yeah, like the one I'm thinking about, like you know what I'm talking about, like it had like an X-Men game I think on it. Like you battled different things with scanning cards or something, but they tried to market it like a video game system, but it was really just it was always in the toy aisle though.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I think it was like Hyperscan or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Tiger Hyper Scan.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yep, I'm looking at it right now.
I'm literally pulling up images of it. Yeah, I got you.
Yep.
Yeah, AVGN did an episode about it.
Yeah, like I remember seeing it. Like it was like they did not sell this in the electronics section. It was in the toy aisle.
It was not good. It was not good.
Even though technically it is a gaming console, but you had to have cards to scan stuff with it. Yeah.
I scanned every barcode in my pantry. Yeah, like those scanner games were great. When your mom went to the grocery store and you were bored out of your mind, it gave you something to do. I think that was kind of the intention of them as well. I don't know. Oh god. But like, I didn't have a scanners, but I actually did own a Tiger Gamecom for a short while.
Okay.
That thing was as bad as people say it was.
What was it?
Tiger Gamecom.
Tiger Game.
Game.com. Game.com or whatever.
Okay, let me look that up real quick. Tiger Game.
It's this. This is what it is.
What? Oh, that thing. Okay, I was wondering what that was. I thought it was a Oh my god, you got the Is that the Gizmodo right there?
Gizmondo, yeah.
Gizmondo, yeah. Oh man, those things are literally rotting away. Literally,
because the plastic they use was like very bad or whatever.
Very bad. The plastic is literally rotting away. Yeah, they should have made it out of a Nokia phone. That thing would have been. That thing would survive a freaking.
Oh, so you mean they should have made the N-Gage?
The N-Gage, yeah.
See, at least the N-Gage had like some interesting games. Like it could play Tomb Raider and Tony Hawk, 3D well before any other system could, and like it had some interesting games on it. Like there's at least stuff to talk about with the N-Gage.
Yeah, but the thing was though, you had to like take the battery out to swap game cards.
They eventually did release a follow-up, the N-Gage QD, which fixed a lot of those issues.
Yeah, well.
But it was a too little, too late kind of thing.
And somebody has brought to my attention something about the N-Gage that now I can't look at it the same way.
What?
If you look at the button placement, it looks like a very notorious internet meme from the early 2000s.
I don't get it.
Yeah, well, I'll put it in private chat.
I'm scared. I'm scared, guys. I'm scared. He's typing. I see him typing. Oh, no.
It was the one that you would Yeah, it was the one.
The N-Gage is ruined for me, folks.
Yeah, it was the one that like you sent to people. It was like a shock thing. Like here, like take a link to this. I don't think we can show that on stream.
Yeah, I'll say one handheld that I wish had came over. I wish we had gotten the Wonder Swan.
Yep, Wonder Swan was absolutely amazing.
Like, can you imagine? Because like the Wonder Swan had games. It had lots of really good games.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a great system. Imagine we had gotten that system. I think it could have given the Game Boy Advance a run for its money.
It really could have, because I think it did in Japan.
It did, and then you had like the Swan Crystal, which was backlight. So a map. Okay, here's what you do. You basically come out with the Swan Crystal in America and have it be priced cheaper than the Game Boy Advance. So like, let's say the Game Boy Advance is like $150. You price this for $100. So parents look at it and be like, oh, so it already has a backlight, it has better battery life, and it has all these great games. You can make a compelling argument, and like the graphics are on par with the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
Like and you know the thing is, I would argue that like if let's say Sega had released a Game Gear Lite, okay, you know, same
Yeah.
cartridges, but it's just a smaller version, use less batteries, maybe a better screen, that could have competed with the GBA.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, hell, if they would have done that in like '97, that could have directly competed with the Game Boy Color.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh, but that's a shoulda, woulda, coulda kind of thing. Did you ever mess around with the Neo Geo Pocket?
Yeah, I used to have one. Neo Geo Pocket Color. I had the Sonic edition.
Oh yeah, yeah, because the Pocket could connect to the Dreamcast.
Yeah. I had I had the Sonic Adventure game on there. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, this is another like handheld that definitely has a claim to fame. Like it's got some really good games. The joystick is like the stuff of legends. That clicky stick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is just one that like just honestly just kind of sadly didn't really have a chance.
No, it was here for a little bit and just kind of
Well, the
womp.
thing is, you had the Neo Geo Pocket, which I believe came out because the problem is the Neo Geo Pocket. Let's see, it came out in '99, October, and it was in black and white. This was, and the problem is, it was black and white at the time when you had the Game Boy Color. You know,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and by the time they got to the color, they had Game Boy Advance games out, which blew them out of the water.
yeah, yeah.
So
And
it's just, I'd say bad timing.
it was bad timing, and a lot of people don't even really remember it.
Yeah, I'd say.
Well, Neo Geo has always been like a very minor console.
Well, if you're talking about like the Neo Geo, AES, MVS, those were the rich people consoles back in the early '90s, early to mid '90s.
Yeah.
And even now, they're rich people consoles.
Well, like, and what's funny is those games were literally an arcade board in a fucking cartridge shell.
Yeah,
Literally what it was.
And they cost a lot. Like they eventually did release a Neo Geo CD, but I believe the read speed was really slow on them. So like the load times were bad.
Yeah. Well, the thing was, Neo Geo was more of an arcade company, and they were
Mhm.
trying to get into the console business, and just never really hooked on there. They had amazing stuff. Like their stuff was legitimately good. It's just it couldn't compete with like, the PC Engine and Sega and Nintendo.
Yeah, well, the problem is, if you look at the library of like the AES, there's not really any RPGs. There's not really any racing games.
Mm-mm.
It's all fighters, shoot 'em ups, and like, I mean, don't get me wrong. It has some of the best games ever, like Metal
literally what you'd
Slug.
find in an RPG, or literally what you'd find in arcades. Again, because it was an arcade. It was an arcade company, and that's what they were doing. Really, is just bringing their arcade titles to the to the console. They were trying. I guess they're trying to do what Sega was doing, but Sega did it much better.
Well, the thing you got to realize is if you go in and you find like a Neo Geo arcade machine, like a 4-in-1, all that is it's a board, and then you get 4 cartridges that they put into it.
Yeah,
and that's all an NVS arcade machine is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. You can swap them out very easily. Yep.
Yeah, and then there are people who make consoleized MVSs. That's actually how Analog got its start. Like the Analog Pocket people, like they got started making consoleized MVSs. 10 years ago or so. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like some of SNK's games. Like Metal Slug is a lot of fun, but it's not. It is not a console I would buy. I might buy a Neo Geo Pocket if I get it for cheap.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I don't really see myself buying an MVS or an AES. But I'd buy like a collection of the games.
Mm-hmm.
Google Stadia. Oh my god.
Worst console ever. Well, no, it's not the worst console. The Ouya is probably the worst console.
Even the Ouya at least had a second life for modders. You know, but that's not really their thing. But like, the thing is, Google came out like you could just tell it was like, oh, they're like, oh, when you question them about like internet infrastructure, the response was like, oh, people are going to expand the internet infrastructure because we're here. You know, like it was just dripping with this like condescension, arrogance, like where you're cheering it on to fail.
Google arrogant? No.
Literally the only there's only one win that Google Stadia had, and that is when Cyberpunk came out, and the Stadia version was literally the best way to play Cyberpunk at launch. That is the only W Stadia had.
Yeah. Like somebody gifted me a thing of Stadia, like 1 month of it, and it was absolutely garbage. I was like, this is terrible. And the thing was, you didn't own it was all streaming, which is what Xbox has been, stroking themselves to forever. They've been trying to get that shit off the ground, but no one wants it. Xbox always trying to do the opposite of what their fan base wants. But like, with the Stadia, it was like you didn't own any of your games. All your games were digital, and all of them were streaming. And luckily, and this is just because Stadia did this. Like, this is not guaranteed with any other company, but when Stadia finally went under, they did refund all their customers the money for the games that they had bought.
And the other thing they did do is all the Google Stadia controllers. They actually did push an update to allow it to be used as a Bluetooth controller.
Yeah.
So give them some credit. Give them some credit.
But here's the thing: if something like that happens again, cough cough, Xbox, they're not going to give a flying fuck if your shit goes. They're not going to reimburse you.
Oh, so Hooded Raven. Sadly, Google Stadia was completely cloud. The only piece of physical Stadia gear was kind of the controller. Now an Ouya. How much you can get an Ouya and mod it, but like honestly, if you're gonna do that, like get an emulation console, there's a lot more. Like if you're gonna do that, just get a Raspberry Pi 5.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, just get a Raspberry Pi. Yeah, I don't even really emulate that much, and even I know that.
Yeah, because like having an Ouya and modding it, yeah, that's kind of cool, but it's kind of underpowered in today's landscape. I'd recommend a Raspberry Pi, because those things are like made for like turning into emulation consoles.
Yeah.
So especially if you want to like mod the crap out of it.
Exactly.
No.
No. Yeah, it's all cloud gaming. Yeah, there is no Stadia console. It's a console in the way that the way Steam is a console. It's not. But the thing is, with Steam though, you are downloading the game, to your PC. So it's not like you're streaming it. That's the thing too. You didn't actually you bought the license to the game just like with a digital copy, but unlike Steam where you actually download the copy to your hard drive and it's yours. The problem is that with the Stadia, it was just you were streaming the game, and it was terrible, absolutely terrible. But they did have a wide variety of games, though. I will say that though, they did have a wide variety of games that came out on there, but it was a terrible console. Terrible.
The big problem is they originally had to be like, all right, you subscribe to Stadia, and then you buy the games, when in reality, all people wanted was subscribe to Stadia, and then you can like just have a bunch of games as a subscription. Kind of what Xbox did. Like the reason why Xbox, even with their streaming, is still working is because they have a Netflix model with their games, and that's what people want. Like you tell them, all right, you can pay $20-$30 a month and you get access to all these games. There have been
Yeah.
people who do that. I don't agree with it, but it is an attractive process to some people, and we have to admit that.
And I can admit that is something that could work for other people, but for me, no.
The problem with streaming games is bandwidth, and America is notorious for having a very uneven bandwidth.
Yeah, we're
Now,
not Japan. We're not
like
Japan at all.
I live in I live in Detroit metropolitan area. I have pretty good internet. I could probably do Stadia. You know, Caster lives in hell. He doesn't really get a good Wi-Fi signal down there.
What are you talking about? I'm pushing 1,000 megabits over here. I don't know what you're talking about.
So yes, Caster could do Stadia. Caster can handle Stadia.
Yeah, Caster could definitely do Stadia. I got. Believe me, I've got a gigabit of information over
He
here.
could do 3 Stadias. He could run Stadia 3 times over.
Exactly. Yeah. I got good internet over here. But here's the thing though. We don't have Japanese internet.
Or no, not even that. We don't have Seoul, South Korea internet.
That is legend.
Like Japanese internet, yes, but like Seoul, South Korea, where they have like 50 gigabytes down or something.
Jesus Christ!
Uh,
Can you imagine that? Could you even imagine having 50 gigabits of fucking information? Oh my God! That I can't even I can't comprehend it. You would never ever you would have never have any lag whatsoever. But yeah, here is the here's what Hooded Raven was talking about.
Oh, I was actually looking it up, but yeah, I'll wait.
Yeah, not only can you play your games, but you can fry up a bucket of chicken. This is the point in history when KFC had no idea what the hell it was doing, and I think it was smoking weed, because this is when we had that whole remember that
The dating
Hallmark,
sim.
yeah, no, the Hallmark
We watched it on stream. Remember?
yeah. As I'm saying, we had that romance movie they made.
Yeah, I remember the Colonel Sanders dating sim.
Oh yeah.
So for those who don't know, this is essentially a PC that has a chicken warmer in it. Like
Yeah.
like honestly, you know what they do if they want to promote this? They'd send it to Leroy Jenkins. He'd be like, "At least I got my chicken, and it's warm." No, you do the commercial where it's the Leroy Jenkins, where he takes it out and he snaps a bite. He's like, all right, guys, let's do this. Leroy! You know that.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
God.
exactly. Yeah. And Nathaniel Brown says my Wi-Fi is crap. It usually is. It like my Wi-Fi is good, but I only use it for things like my phone and things like that. But if I need power, I'm plugged right into the modem, baby.
I basically have this laptop plugged directly into the router, because even though it's only like 2 or 3 feet, like I know I'm getting more speed. Just plug it directly into the source.
Yeah, same here. I got like a Ethernet splitter, and I got it split through everything over here. So yeah, I got it in my my laptop, my my Switch, and my Xbox Series X. Even though surprisingly the Switch does not need very much power. Like I have the Ethernet adapter hooked up to the dock, and its max speed is like 50 megabits of like upload and download, and that is like god tier to the Switch. Yeah, it does not need it much.
Yeah. Oh gosh. I think a lot of people are wishing that KFC console was real. Like, can you imagine how many people would buy it just for the memes?
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, as a as a console, it is a terrible design because why do you want a warmer in there? You know what I'm saying? Like, usually you're doing everything you can to
No,
cool the console down.
no, it actually might be secretly genius. So what you don't realize is it's actually taking the heat from the PC and transferring it to the chicken. Okay,
Oh, okay.
so it's actually like 5D chess levels of genius because it's using the heat, so it doesn't draw as much power as a normal chicken warmer would because it's taking the heat from from the PC and using it to warm the chicken.
You know what? I think that's true. I'm seeing like a schematic of it, and yeah, like all the PC stuff is at the bottom, and the chicken warmer stuff is at the top. So yeah, you're actually using the hard drive to cook it.
That is low. Like I'm sorry, that is actually kind of low key genius.
Like the heat,
This could actually work.
like the grill part of it is actually the heat sink attached to it's just transferring all that heat.
It is low key genius. It is like low key genius. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
now that I see it, that actually would be kind of cool. You're knocking two birds with one stone, kind of essentially. Yeah, that's
Redirect the
crazy.
heat from the PC to cook chicken. Nick took the words out of my keyboard. I don't know how I did it, but okay.
Yeah, that's
But
actually
yeah,
really cool.
like KFC was so off their rocker during this era, and I loved it. I was like, what weird thing are they gonna do next?
Exactly. This is like some shit you would see from Japan.
It's like you're cooking the Christmas chicken while you're slaying some monsters in FF14. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like I need to do all the processing I can so I can cook this chicken.
I've heard of people joking about, oh, I run a crypto mining rig in my bedroom. It's how I heat my bedroom.
Yeah, I guess you could do that, couldn't you?
Yeah. Oh gosh. Um, Imagine playing Minecraft with someone laying a billion TNT could so you cook out a steak on it for like 5. So basically, what happened to my car the other day? I could have used one of these chicken warmers for my car the other day. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh. It's like, oh, my car overheated. It's probably totaled, but at least I got chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of that's why it's broke because it's got a grease going into the fucking oil.
No, what you don't realize is the grease is. Dang it. Oh god. Oh, I hate you guys. But yeah, oh god. I really wish we'd have more consoleized PCs. I really want more of those. It's something that's been tried a couple times, like Steam machines. I feel like the Steam Deck is kind of the closest we've ever gotten to a consoleized PC experience.
Mm-hmm.
Oh! We have a Nix in the chat.
Oh wow, Wild Nix like a shiny Pokemon.
Oh yes, a very rare drop. So Nix, what's your opinion on the PlayStation 1? And then also, chat's freaking out. Nix, would you use this as your main PC?
The KFC chicken warmer.
Yeah. So it basically takes the heat from your PC to warm your chicken. Would you use this as your main PC?
But like, why is it just exclusively for? I think why is it exclusively just for chicken? I mean, you can put a slice of pizza in there. Basically, it's a honestly it's honestly a air fryer if you think about it.
You can make cookies in there.
Yeah, you could bake some cookies. Like, hey, You want to come over? I'm playing Elden Ring and baking cookies at the same time.
I'm sold. So Nick says 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll do again. Yep.
would cook chicken in this again. I want to shiny vroom again. Heavens, yes. Oh gosh, but Nix, yeah. What are your memories for the PlayStation One? Like some of your favorite games or whatever. And Nix, if you wanna invite link, let us know. We're happy to send it to you. But we're happy to have you in chat. Nix, I don't know if you saw this, but Hooded Raven hooked me up with the band hammer, and it's also a horny hammer.
Yeah, so she's going to watch out.
I don't know. I think I think every time I try to hit her, she just dodges it perfectly. She's got those reflexes. I think.
I know she like Matrix dodges it.
Yeah, it's like, why can't I hit you? Can be quicker than that. So yeah, for me, I've been playing some Tumba 2. Kind of getting that thing. I'm like, Tumba 2 is an interesting game. It's like you go through the levels, and then once you kind of get to like the last level kind of thing, then there's like another portion of the game where you're like defeating the evil pigs, doing the side quests. It's really interesting. There's like two parts of the game.
Yeah.
Spider-Man was the only PlayStation game I ever played, so I'm biased towards it. We didn't talk about the Spider-Man games. Oh my god.
They're actually really brilliant.
They really are. Oh gosh, I remember when those came out. Like the Stanley monologuing, and just they're one of those things where like the more you look into it, the better the games get. You know?
Oh yeah.
Like all the little Easter eggs, how they have like different Marvel. Like I just love how there's a level where it begins you just talking to Johnny Storm.
Yeah.
You know, I miss those games that just had the entire Marvel universe in it. Because like a lot of these games, it's like, all right, we just have Spider-Man here. Spider-Man is the only character. You know, but like play a game like PlayStation on below, you just randomly get a cameo, like, oh, Daredevil's here.
That's
for some reason.
That's why I really wish we could get another Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Oh yeah, that first cutscene for Ultimate Alliance goes so hard.
Oh yeah. Marvel Ultimate Alliance and Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, just amazing games.
Also, Ultimate Alliance did Civil War better than Civil War.
Yeah. I'd say so. It did.
Did you ever play the X-Men Legends games?
No, I don't. Or no, I didn't.
They're basically the Rivals games. Like they the people who did X-Men Legends, they moved on to the Ultimate Alliance games. They play basically the same.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like Ultimate Alliance, I suggest checking out X-Men Legends 1 and 2.
Okay.
Yes, there's X-Men Legends and X-Men Legends 2 Rise of Apocalypse.
Yeah. Well, what you should do, Nix, is go get a lot of those PlayStation games that are now on the Switch and play those.
Yeah. Some ones I recommend, let's see here. A lot of the Square ones, like Legend of Mana, got remade.
They also have the they got the Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2.
Well, if you want to do PlayStation, they have Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9 on the Switch.
Yeah.
No, it's 7, 8, 9, and 12. 7, 8, 9, 10, and 12 are all on the Switch.
Well, technically, all the first 6 are too, because you have the Pixel Remaster.
Yes, that's actually correct. So, 1 through 10, they don't have 11 because it's an MMO, of course. And then they have 12, the Zodiac Age. Like that's a lot of Final Fantasy.
Yeah, you get pretty much the first 11 single player games. You know. Mm-hmm. Pretty much, yeah. So that's actually really good if you want to go back and play them all. So that's what I would do. Plus, they have a lot of other re-releases that they that they have on there. Like they got the Tomba collection also, if you could find that one.
Yeah. I only played Tumba 2. That's the only game that I have any stuff for. But like when they do a Tumba 2 remaster, which they probably will eventually, I'll probably buy that. Oh, Croc. They recently. I need to play Croc because I think they added twin stick controls to the game. Like makes it like they don't have like the stupid tank controls on it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to check out Croc.
Okay.
But Mega Man Legends, we need to talk about that one.
Oh yeah, that's such a great one. Like, like, um, like Mega Man Legends and Mega Man Legends 2. Mega Man Legends you can get pretty easily. Mega Man Legends 2 is really kind of hard to get. And even
and don't even think about
yeah,
trying to get Misadventures of Tron Bond.
yeah, don't even get that. Yeah. I'm looking it up right now. Tumba 2 is getting a Switch release sometime this year.
Oh, nice. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's going to be coming to the Switch, PlayStation 5, 4, and PC via Steam.
Is it getting a limited run games physical release? I'm assuming.
Uh, if it's coming to PC, well, physical release, I don't know.
Well, if it's coming to PC, I'll just buy it there and play in my Steam Deck then.
Yeah, you can probably do it that way. Yeah.
Also, Caster, would you like to show off Nix's work?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think it's still in the should be still in the Discord.
The group. Okay. Yep, I see it. Let me just save it. Oh god, this thing is huge. I don't know how she like steamed that all in one go.
And you too can buy something like this from Nix.
All right, so explain while I pull it up. Explain what you had Nix do.
Well, Nix has been in a she's been making perler bead art, which is basically looks like 8-bit kind of stuff. And yeah, so she's been doing this perler art, and she's got them for sale. On just DM her on X, and you can figure it out. But yeah, so this is the perler art she made for me. This is my channel logo. And my, it's actually just my whole logo to begin with, on YouTube and X. So yeah,
It was hell.
Yeah, it was hell, but she did a damn good job. I was very pleased with this.
Nix, you have mod powers. Drop your contact info.
Yeah. So basically, this was $20. So I think that was a steal. So yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, definitely a steal. Yep, I'm definitely going to have this hanging up. So it's definitely awesome.
Frame it. Frame that thing first.
That's I could frame it. Yeah, but yeah, definitely have it hung up somewhere and display it proudly. But yeah, you can get stuff like this from her. She has like Legend of Zelda stuff. She has Pokemon stuff. You can just ask her what you want. You can get custom stuff made from her. Yeah. So, and it's all relatively cheap, 10, 15, 20, $25 range. So you're not breaking the bank when you get them. And you can have something fun and unique. And you're helping someone out too.
Yeah, Nix is definitely worth helping out. We love her here.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nix, feel free to let's see here. Is it just a shadow, or does the beak look a little bit brighter? Might be a shadow. And if you too want something this awesome, make sure to contact Nix by following the link in the comments.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. and about the Tumba thing, the first one was done by Limited Scam Games, so I imagine, yeah.
I'll just buy it digitally then, no biggie.
Yeah, buy it digitally. I gotta look and see how much. They got it on Amazon, the special edition. I wonder how much Amazon is selling that for. Jesus Christ, $279
for Tumba special edition.
For the Tumba special edition. What for the Switch? What even comes in it? Let's see. Save anywhere. No worrying about heading back to a checkpoint. You can rewind on a. Okay. Let's see.
Oh, the
museum.
game itself is only $20 on Steam. That's not bad.
Yeah. But the special edition, I'm trying to see what it comes with. Let's see here. Just a museum crammed with classic print advertisements, original packaging, and manuals, and never before seen dev documents and high res original artwork. If it's, I mean, I guess there's worse money you could spend your money on, but I mean, if it's available, I guess so. That's the thing about what I hate about limited scam games is they have that forced scarcity on you. So you can't. So it's like you have to buy it now, or you'll never get it again, or
Yeah.
pay exorbitant amounts at on eBay.
Do you want to know how much Tumble 1 is going for on eBay? Roughly about $200. So you can pay $250 for this whatever, or you can spend $200 on the PS1 version, which will probably go up in price a lot more than the special edition.
Yeah, it's yeah, it's crazy. But you can get the. Also, you can get the. Looks like you can get the regular game for like about $50, which isn't too bad. At least it's available.
Yeah.
That's the big thing about it. Oh, it's cool. It says you can get the big box classic special edition, which looks like a PlayStation game.
I'm trying to find where do I buy it at?
I'm just looking on eBay.
Because I know Best Buy usually has some limited run games.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it here. Amazon has it for $50. Honestly, for what that is, $50. Like for something like this, I would prefer like 40, but 50 is not the worst.
Well, like right here, it's like I think it's used, but it's $45 for a used copy. But yeah, I mean that's not too bad. Whereas like some limited scam games are going for like hundreds and hundreds of dollars, which is stupid. Like I have a limited scam game that I actually got a while back. I didn't pay for it. I actually won it. But let's see here. What is it? It's Blossom Tales: The Sleeping King. I think it's not a very good game. It's a rare game because it has a limited physical copy. So
Wow.
it's forced scarcity.
Like I think there's honestly there's certain games like where they're more available, like KOTOR, Castlevania Advanced Collection, like a lot of games where it's like I buy it just to have a physical copy of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's gonna be me with a lot of Switch games going forward, where it's like the only reason I collect for Switch is I just want this game physically.
Yeah, that's exactly that because I love getting physical games, but I'm not gonna pay $1,000 for it,
No, like if it's $1,000 for Snatcher, okay, sure, that's actually a legit rare game that's like 30 years old and kind of hard to get. Like, okay, fine, fair enough. But not something that's like artificially inflated.
Yeah,
You know, like
we got the re-release and it's $1,000.
like I would buy the only way I buy a limited scam game is like, let's say I'm at Best Buy and it's like, oh, here's a game. It's like $30-$40. All right, fine, whatever. Like Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Scott Pilgrim whatever game. It's like $30-$40. Like, okay, fine, whatever, physical.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm not going on their website. I'm not doing their campaigns and everything because it's dumb.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if I ever do a Screecher video game, I know my audience. There's gonna have to be a physical copy. And then what you find out is there is a physical copy, but only for the Sega Dreamcast.
That works for me. I got one, so yeah.
See, the thing is, like, I have a lot of friends that are in the Dreamcast homebrew scene, and like, I always love how they're still making physical Dreamcast games. independently. They need, like, so like to be able to have my own Dreamcast game would be so freaking cool,
Mhm. I love how like I absolutely love the fact that there are people who are still making games for older consoles
Yes.
and making good legitimate games.
Hmm.
You know, like I think the Super Nintendo has gotten a couple like good RPGs recently from
Yeah.
from like some independent developers, and same thing with the Sega Genesis. Sega Genesis has got some good good games too from independent
Pier
developers.
Solar.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, even the NES is getting good games.
Yeah, like we're even starting to see like Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance start to get like some really good homebrew. Like, do
Hmm.
you remember the game? Do you remember hearing about the game Infinity?
No.
So this was a game that was actually in development for the Game Boy Color back in 2000, 2001, but they canceled it because of the Game Boy Advance. Now I've known about this game for about 10 plus years because I discovered it, and I watched videos of it, and I even had like a soundtrack. I downloaded like the soundtrack because it was available, and they recently actually did a Kickstarter for it to finish the game. Let me just kind of show you. But yeah, so like I've been involved with some stuff. There's that. Where can you buy what? So yeah, they got the game for $60, which uh, a box independent Game Boy Color game, I think $60 is fair. What do you think?
Yeah, and also like you're supporting them too. So I mean, yeah, like I think that's why they're selling it for so much. Uh, what's the name of the or what's the website called?
InfinityGBC.com. And then
Uh,
here's the Kickstarter trailer.
Ooh, retro modding's behind this. Oh, that's nice. I love that company. That's actually a really dope ass song. Like for Game Boy Color, that's actually a really dope ass
Yeah,
track.
yeah, like I love the music. I think one time I did like a D&D section, actually used the music as like D&D music. But fun fact, this is well, let me add this to the Phoenix lore, okay? It's around 2015, 2016, all right? I actually contacted the owner of this game, all right? And I tried to acquire the rights to this game. I tried to acquire it. Um, and he actually responded. We had some negotiations. Turned out to be a little bit more than I could afford. I mean, I was a broke college kid, so anything more than $5 I probably couldn't afford. But you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying. I was trying to think. I was thinking it was going to be like he was going to sell it to me for like $5,000, $10,000. I think now. Don't quote me on this, but I'm going from like very hazy memory here. I think he wanted like 100,000 or something or
Oh
whatever.
wow.
I don't. I'm just guessing. So like, I actually did try to acquire the rights to this game at one point. Like, that's some Phoenix lore for you.
Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just I had to drop that because it's just wild. You know, I tried to buy the rights to this game. Like, yeah, that's probably so did a bunch of other people. But still.
Oh, it's sold out. That sucks.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, they did this Kickstarter. Um, 2021, and let me look at the updates. Last
So,
update was June 20th, 2025. So at least they're still updating.
yeah.
So a lot has been done since Demo 4.
They got some other games in here too, so it's like, yeah, there's other games you can buy. But yeah, that's crazy. I was
Still,
actually
they're,
th-
still,
I was
they're
actually
still
thinking about
working on
buying
it.
it.
They're
Yeah.
still working on it. So
Oh, it's in development. Okay, cool. I see. It says in
yeah, because
development.
this game wasn't finished. It wasn't finished.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. I definitely want to try to get that when it comes out. That looked fucking sick.
But I'm looking at the Kickstarter. They last updated it in June of this year, so they're still updating. So they like hey, they're still keeping people informed. They're still working on it. I don't see an issue.
Hmm.
But yeah, I do love like the independent scene.
Oh yeah.
Problem is, it doesn't matter what scene it is. There's always drama with any indie scene.
Oh yeah. Exactly.
Like I said, I've been kind of involved with the Dreamcast scene for like about 10 years or so. Oh my gosh. I told you at one point I was involved in a Dreamcast game, right? Like a horror game.
Uh huh.
Yeah, there was some drama with that. And then, Caster, do you remember when I interviewed that Falco guy?
Yeah.
He actually was doing a Dreamcast game called Legion Shadows that I supported. That thing's probably never coming out, but it's kind of one of those things where like he owns up to it. You know, it's like it's been 10 years. Let's move on. That's my opinion. Like, yeah, I spent that $60 over 10 years ago. It's fine. It's whatever.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, like Falco's doing stuff like how they were like. Can you just imagine GTA 3 running on the Dreamcast?
That's awesome.
Have you downloaded it and got it running on your system yet?
No, I haven't.
They're working on Vice City too.
Okay.
That is, I'm sorry, I love the Sega Dreamcast. Mostly because it still has an active modding scene to this day. You know,
It does. Yeah. Definitely.
like the original Xbox, much more powerful, can do a lot more stuff. It doesn't really have as much of a modding scene because it's a lot harder to get into. Versus like a Sega Dreamcast, you just download a disc and burn it and put on there. You know.
Mhm.
I mean, there's other things you can do, but it's literally it bare minimum. Burn a CD. That's it. The new Sega games. Oh gosh, where do I start?
I got one right here for you.
Okay.
This one it's a little bit pricey. I don't know. It's from Europe, but they say it's all you can play it. You can get it for the Genesis. Like they make it for the Mega Drive, but you can buy the Genesis version of it. Let me link it here. This came out actually fairly recently.
All right. Well, it's fairly simple to like get the Dreamcast to be region free. So, all right. Oh, that looks cool. Oh, that looks cool.
Yeah, do some of the videos. Yeah,
That is cool.
yeah, it's for the Mega Drive. But I think you can get it on. Let's see here. They got Mega Drive and Steam Edition. That's
Yeah.
cool. I'm
Yeah,
trying to see where you can get the Genesis version, but I don't see it.
It looks like this is the Genesis version that you linked me to. Yeah, this isn't the Mega Drive is a Genesis.
I know, but I'm just seeing if it's like compatible, like with it.
It says Sega Mega Drive box set.
Oh, here it is. Receive a brand new box cartridge of Damon Claw, compatible with the original Sega Mega Drive and Genesis console versions 1, 2, and 3 with its. Okay, so yeah, okay. And you get the. Okay, so you can swap the box art probably. It's probably got in the insert, you could probably swap it out.
I mean, the
Reverse it.
Genesis copy protection was just the shape of the cartridges. So I would imagine they might have like just designed the cartridges for universal fit, because that's why like literally all you needed to do to play a game is like put it on top of a Game Genie. That's all you needed to do for
Yeah.
Genesis. Super Nintendo was literally just 2 tabs that you take some pliers and wiggle out. Bam! Now you have a region free Super
Yeah.
Nintendo.
Yeah, but let's see here. What I don't even what is let me see here. Was it 69.99
Nice.
euros? Yeah, nice.
Nice. Yeah. But yeah, like there's not that like
$81. Kind of pricey. But you are supporting a small company though, and you can buy it with shop. So if you want to, you know, help you like finance it, I guess. But yeah, $80, that's not too bad, I guess. I mean, it's quite a chunk of change, but I mean, if you're into the hobby, I can see that being actually a pretty good deal.
looks like they got some available at Stone Age Gamer.
Okay. So yeah, Stone Age Gamer also has Castle Mania Games also has some good ones too.
Xenocider, that's one that's been working on for a while. That's like a Smash cheat. Look at that. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So there are, like I said, there are companies that are still making games for older consoles. You just got to look and find them. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good ones, I would say.
Mm-hmm. And there are guys making new RPGs too. So keep a lookout for those as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just kind of interested, like, because the biggest problem with Dreamcast is there wasn't really a good 3D homebrew engine, and there's kind of still isn't, as far as I can tell. One like you got Quake on there. I you got the Quake engine on there. That's like the Quake 1 engine, and you got some stuff missing. But beyond that, there's really not much of a 3D engine. But like 2D is a lot easier to do. But it'll be really interesting once they start, because like there's a whole nother like level of homebrew. Like imagine if they start doing 3D games, homebrew on the Dreamcast. That'll be really like that's a whole like field of innovation they haven't even tackled yet. Which I am really excited when they start doing that.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of it is easy to get into. Like it's a lot easier to develop homebrew for like a Genesis, Super Nintendo, Game Boy. Like Game Boy is actually the perfect like thing to start with, because there's a program called GB Studio where it's a really easy app to make Game Boy games in.
Mm-hmm.
So like Game Boy is a great place to start with homebrew. And then like with the Dreamcast, you got some power and it's easy to develop for, but beyond that, it gets really difficult because like obviously yes, it's like the GameCube, PS2, and Xbox have been modded. The Wii's been modded. Like all these systems have been modded, but you have to go through all these steps. Versus like Super Nintendo, you just buy a cartridge and plop it into your Super Nintendo. Bam, you're playing a new game.
Yeah.
Dreamcast, buy a disc, plop in your Dreamcast. You're playing the game.
Yep. That's why I like how they're making these, these games in new, in the original cartridge style. That way, people, that don't have to go on the computer and do, all the emulation stuff. They can just easily buy it and plop it in their old system and just have fun.
So if I ever do make a Screecher game, there will be a Dreamcast port.
Awesome.
Oh gosh. whether it's like a stretch goal or it's a thing. But yeah, I will have an option for Dreamcast because it's just I want like basically I've said how I do a Screecher game. It'd be a beat 'em up. I just do like a belt scroller beat 'em up for Screecher. I think that would be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how else would you do a Screecher game? I mean, obviously you could do stuff in 3D, but like if I'm trying to keep it simple, I think a beat 'em up would probably be the easiest.
For a simple one, yeah. But if you were doing like, if you want to go really fancy, you do like something like, Arkham Asylum.
All right, give me $100 million and maybe we can make that work.
give me $100 million and hire the guys who left Rocksteady.
I mean, they started their own studio, so they are hireable. So
Yeah.
oh gosh, I'm at like if I ever do if this like fictional beat 'em up is ever released on the Super Nintendo, I want to do a purple cart.
How does it feel to live to see all your gaming studios just go down in the shitter?
Not good.
Yeah, not good. Exactly. Just seeing everything just go to shit like like Rocksteady and Blizzard and Square, just going downhill.
Nix, I'll get to your question in a second, but Nathaniel Brown is what app to make games? So this is GB Studio. It's something you download and you can make Game Boy games with it.
There you go. Now,
Yeah, it's fairly easy to use.
You now have the tools. Go do it. Go make us some games.
Yes. You ever notice how different ports of the same? I find that topic fascinating. Like I watch a lot of YouTube videos where like they showcase like, oh, here's the difference between these ports, and it is really crazy how different some of these. The other ones is like there's like games that get like re-released and like over the years. And it's like, oh, this re-release carried over from this re-release and it added this. Like a lot of Final Fantasy games are like that.
Mm.
But yeah, like a lot of it was down to technical. Some of it was down to stylistic because during the Super Nintendo and Genesis era, a lot of times different studios got the rights to, like for example, the Aladdin game. Virgin Interactive got the rights to the Genesis version, and then Capcom got the rights to the Super Nintendo version.
Yeah, and two completely different games.
Yeah.
Same with what's another game that they did like that with? Oh my god, I'm trying to think here. It was another game, like Disney game. Oh my god, I can't think of it right now.
Lion King.
Are they different? I know the Jurassic Park games are all different too.
Oh, and there's like a bunch of them too.
Yeah, there's a ton of those. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking up Lion King Super Nintendo. Oh, okay. But yeah, really the crazy thing about Aladdin for the Genesis is they actually teamed up with Disney. Like they actually had Disney animators work on the game. Like that's why on the Genesis the animation looks so freaking good.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like when it comes to Genesis and Disney, they made banger after banger after banger. Like almost all the Disney games on the Sega Genesis and the GameCube, or not GameCube, the Game Gear are absolutely like amazing. I've even heard some people prefer Castle of Illusion on the Game Gear over the console version.
Oh,
I've heard that argument.
Like I'm not saying Aladdin on the Super Nintendo is a bad game. It's fine. It's a decent enough game, but like the Genesis version, oh gosh, the music, the animation, it's just good. But yeah, they had a lot of them. Like they had like two different Beauty and the Beast games. They had like a Belle one and a Beast one. The Beast, like they're trying to like, all right, here's the girls game, here's the guy game, the boy game.
Pretty much, yeah.
It was weird. What's funny is Capcom and the NES and Disney were like on fire in like the late '80s. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
they were, like Capcom was just turning out banger after banger with like even some of the lesser stuff like Little Mermaid on the NES.
Yeah, the classic purple labels.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's really weird. Obviously, DuckTales, Chip and Dale.
Darkwing Duck.
Yeah, I mean that one is just using the Mega Man engine, but still.
Yeah. Even ones that aren't really Disney, but like Little Nemo. That wasn't part of the Purple Collection. But that game is pretty awesome too.
Yeah, I think that game's like pretty expensive, isn't it?
No, I'd say it's actually fairly cheap, I think.
Like Genesis. Yeah. Oh yes.
Oh, there you go. That's a good example.
Here's what's hilarious: is for all intents and purposes, the Super Nintendo game is objectively the better game. Better graphics, it plays better, but because of this one decision of the MK1, by the way, is what we're talking about on this one. MK2 it kind of evened out a little bit more. But because the Genesis version of Mortal Kombat had the blood code, it outsold it, I think, like 5-1. Or some insane number like that.
Mm.
And that was kind of the wake-up call for Nintendo. Because if you notice with the MK2, they put the blood back in.
Yeah. Speaking of Mortal Kombat and Sega, like what I find crazy is the fact that they not only came out with so there's Mortal Kombat 2 on the Sega Genesis. There's Mortal Kombat 2 on the
Sega
CD, and there's Mortal Kombat 2 on the 32X. But I'm like, why didn't they just do like MK3 trilogy and just put?
I think it might have been a timing thing because by the time MK3 and Ultimate MK3 were coming out, this was like 90. I think this was like around the time of.
Well, see, Genesis had the trilogy. Like they even made like the MK3 trilogy for the Genesis, and it barely worked because it took so long to load because there was so much crap packed into this cartridge. I was like, why didn't you just put it into the add-ons?
So, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 came out for the Sega Genesis October 6th, 1995. Like that, like the Saturn is already out at this point. MK. I haven't heard of MK Trilogy for the Genesis. Oh, it's a ROM hack. It's a ROM hack.
Oh, not trilogy. I meant like Ultimate MK3. That's what I meant.
I've played Ultimate MK3. It runs fairly well on the Genesis. Like I would argue Ultimate MK3 runs better on the Genesis than it does on the PlayStation. Because the problem with the PlayStation is Shang Tsung's transformations. Every time it happened, you had like that pause in the loading screen.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I've heard lots of people say Ultimate MK3 is probably the best MK you can get on the Genesis.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, you want to wrap this up?
Yeah. I was usually when we go over, it's because we have like a good conversation. I just kind of let it ride. But yeah. So thank you for joining us, everyone. We're going to be starting to wrap up now. On Tuesday, we're having the Pence takeover. Pence will be running the stream. I will be the passenger princess. We're playing Lollipop Chainsaw Repop. That's his choice, not mine. We will be going for the upskirt achievement. Again, his choice, not mine. On Saturday, we will be continuing with Legend of Zelda, Wind Waker. Yesterday's stream was really great. So give us a like if you could, sub if you want. But thank you, Nathan Brown. Thank you, Nix. Thank you, Jason Ingram. Thank you, Hooded Raven. And thank you everyone for joining us. This was really fun. And next week we are doing the PlayStation 2. I had a different thing in mind, but yeah, we'll do the PlayStation 2. I think. Yeah, we're gonna go right up to PlayStation 5. But this has been Nick Timothy Express. Remember, I can only show you the door. You don't have to walk through it.